Good evening. My name is Severin Garrett, and welcome to the Monday night team call for Health for Life. Tonight, which is Monday, May 7th, I'm starting to look at my calendar, I couldn't remember. We are going to be talking about the Phoenix Conference. We're going to be doing a wrap up on what we learned, and we've actually asked a few people from our team who joined the conference to share their key 2 or 3 takeaways. And so we want to just say welcome to the call tonight and thank you for listening in. If you haven't muted your line yet, please do until you're ready to share, and we will have a clean, crisp recording. So we just finished up a great conference in Phoenix, and I wanted to get us started with a few of our first-time attendees sharing what stood out to them, what they learned that was new and different, and how they felt at the conference, so that you, if you haven't been to conference, you will just learn more about what the experience is like. So we're going to jump it off with Latoya Palmer-Addy tonight. And Latoya, we are anxious to hear from you. So jump in.
Yes. So first I want to say I've always loved the community that the Juice Plus company has. It is just a great bunch of people pouring into each other. I really love the aspect that there's really no competition. But when I went to conference, it was definitely, you could not only feel it, but you could see the heartbeat of the company. So many people cheering us on. I checked in through Tiffany because our plane didn't come in till later. And so I called her on the phone, and when she checked me in, I guess for first time attendees, they kind of make a lot of noise. They kind of cheer. And so I could hear them on the phone when she checked me and Isha in, that they were cheering for us. And we weren't even there. So that just speaks volumes about how much they care for the people. And that's just, you could see that across all avenues, and every person that got on the stage, you could see that through their business and through their stories. So I really enjoyed that. My takeaways, I have 2 big ones. And the first one was that virtual options help to grow your business while you're living your life. I am very busy. I have 3 boys and a husband, and my kids keep me busy. I'm involved in their school. And outside of my normal job, I'm very big on community, so I run in a lot of circles. So it's just important for me to maximize my time. And so having virtual options allows me to run my business on my terms. And they gave very practical ways to do that. Through social media, you're exposing your message to a large audience within seconds. And I can't remember, I think it was my husband that took a picture of what you can do within a minute on different social media platforms. And that just blew me away. And so just to be more effective using social media, I'm getting better at it. I have been challenged to do more live, so I am doing that. And then 2, just also plugging into virtual events, things that are already going on so that you don't have to recreate the wheel, and just maximizing the resources that are already there for us. My next takeaway was that duplication is not doing everything the same exact way as your upline, downline, or your sideline buddies. And so I was really challenged to really just seek clarity in my own niche, and then speak to that niche by sharing my heart. And then on social media, creating curiosity. I can't remember the woman who shared it, and I meant to write it down. I believe her name was Peggy. She said to pick 4 areas of interest to diversify your topics and to attract new people. So I need to implement that so that I can, positivity already within itself attracts people. But if you're talking about 4 different things and being positive in those 4 different areas, you're only attracting that much more people. And so I just really felt that those were great takeaways and things that I could put into action right away when I got home.
Perfect.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, no, great job, LaToya. Thank you for sharing. Absolutely.
And so
keep going. You got anything else? Toya, you want to eat anything else, or you're good?
No, that was it.
Thank you. I thought that was very, very good. I'm sure we're going to have a little bit of overlap because there were some things that stood out to each of us, but I love that you got us started. And I guess the last question I want to finish out with you, LaToya, is because of that experience, what is your expectation for the Tampa conference in October?
So my expectation, and this is a huge stretch goal, but I believe that I can do it because I believe that I serve a good God and that he definitely rewards obedience. So I actually came from conference and put in my 2-week notice at my real job because I want to fast track to sales coordinator by Tampa. So that is my big goal. And then ultimately, I want to make Juice Plus a career for myself. So I am on the road to NMD.
Wow, that is amazing. And one conference really gave you the belief in the opportunity. You already had the belief in the product, but I love what conference can do for us in terms of believing that we can have this as a real job and as our long-term, plan A, if you will. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. Tiffany, can you jump in now?
You're welcome. Thank
you. I sure can. All right. So I actually was looking through my notes because I do want to, give a holistic view of conference, and duplication was one of the things that was my big takeaway. And so I won't rehash that, but just to reiterate what Toya said, that was definitely something that stood out to me as well. One of the other things that stood out, so one of our first speakers, Wendy Vance, I took a lot of notes. I typically jot things down while people are talking, and she mentioned something called an abundance mindset. And that was something that really stood out to me throughout conference. Whenever people came up on stage who were being recognized as having achieved their NMD, although they may have not used the word abundance, that was like a common theme and a common thread, just to go into this business knowing that you're going to talk to a lot of people and share a lot of stories and touch a lot of hearts. And that's our ultimate goal, regardless to whether someone becomes a customer or not. So just to work in that vein of abundance, to, not be selfish, which, in our team, we've talked about that before, it made me realize that this business really is not about me. It's about my story potentially being able to help somebody else. And so when I get in my own way out of, fear that somebody's going to reject me, or this business may not be for them, or whatever the case may be, I'm not working in a mindset of abundance. I'm withholding this gift that God has gave to me to share with other people. So that was a big takeaway for me. And that actually, I think, kind of rejuvenated my spirit in regards to working on my business. For some of you know, but for those that don't know, I'm also a health coach. And so I'm in the process of really trying to get that business established. And I didn't think that I could do both, that there wasn't room for both. And so just that abundance mindset, again, reiterating what Toya said, just practicing daily obedience. So if I'm being obedient, whatever doors God wants to open he'll open them in his own time, and I don't have to worry about those things. My second takeaway, and this was also the same lady who talked about duplication, but she said something that I think is worth noting. Aside from our business not having to look, the same as our upline, out, and sideline, she said duplication is getting a large number of people to do a few simple things over a consistent period of time. And I think her breaking it down in the way that she did, I know I had an aha moment, and really all of us. Toya's husband Ishay is not on the call, but Liz, who was also at conference, we kind of walked away from a dinner that we had on, I believe it was Friday, and went to work with what that looks like. What can our simple processes be that when we have a new team member come on or a new customer come on, how do we take them, through our culture? And I don't think that I had ever really thought about it like that. We think about the daily method of operation. We hear that a lot if you're on any calls or listen to things, but just knowing that it doesn't have to be these grandiose things. It can be simple things, and just doing those things day in and day out. And if you're doing the right things, then you're going to get results. So that was another big takeaway for me.
Excellent. Would you mind sharing what your goals are before our next conference, Tiffany?
I'm not sure if it's my internet or... Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're breaking up a little bit, Severin.
Let's try it again. Can you hear me okay now? No? Okay. Well, let's go to Liz. We'll